Hello there, Year 4s. Now, it's Mr. Conway here, and I was just looking at your maths for today, and I think the maths calculations you have to do are actually quite simple. You'll be fine at that. But what I'm going to do for you is model how to actually complete this activity. So let's just have a quick read of it first. Following our Arctic theme, I have another challenge for you. Use the clues on the next slide to work out the value of each winter sport. I have given you the answers on the final slide. So here we have a table. The Winter Olympics, crack the code. Find out the value of each of the Winter Olympic sports below. So here we have different Winter Olympic sports. We've got bobsleigh, curling, the luge, we'll go with luge, speed skating, figure skating, skeleton, ski jumping, snowboarding, cross country, biathlon, alpine, and the freestyle. Now, each symbol is worth a value, and our job today is to work out what that value is, or to crack that code. So if you go on to your next slide, it will look like this, and we have a few calculations. Now, Mr. Conway's top tip is simply to start with question 1, because our answer here will help us for the remaining questions. So question 1 says this: bobsleigh equals 16 divided by 4. So the answer for bobsleigh is 16 divided by 4, and we need to solve this calculation. If you are not too sure how to solve this type of calculation, we're going to be using our 4 times table. And again, if you're not confident using your 4 times table, use Mr. Conway's top tip, and that is simply to start writing out the 4 times table. So I'm going to do it at the top here. So 4 times table: 4, 8, 12, 16. 4, 8, 12, 16. I'm going to stop at 16 because this is my calculation here. 16 divided by 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the bobsleigh is 4. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. Now then, I'm going to go back to my original sheet. The Winter Olympics crack the code. And now I know bobsleigh equals 4. So the value of the bobsleigh is 4. Right, we started our code. Let's have a look at the next question. Question 2. Now this time in question 2, I've got 2 symbols and a digit. So I've got divided by 2. Now, looking at question 1, I now know this piece of information. A bobsleigh is equal to 4. Something divided by 2 equals 4. I'm just going to double check what symbol this means. This is freestyle. So freestyle divided by 2 equals 4. So our question is this: what divided by 2 equals 4? If you have a calculation like this, you'd like to do, a good idea would be to do the inverse. So the inverse, the opposite of dividing, is multiplying. So I'm going to work backwards here. 4 times 2 is 8. And I've got my 4 times table up here just to double check. 4 times 2 is 8. And I can double check this by going back the normal way. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Yes, I'm happy with that. So that means freestyle is, the value of a freestyle is 8. So I'm going to try and find freestyle on here. It's like a game of bingo. There's freestyle. Here we go. Freestyle equals 8. Right, we're ready to rock and roll. And we're going to do one more example for you, and that is question 3. So for question 3, I have bobsleigh plus freestyle equals, and now this one is called the skeleton. Now then, I'm going to fill in the information that I already know. Bobsleigh equals 4. Freestyle equals 8. I'm just going to pop it up there. So what does the skeleton equal? Yeah, you've probably guessed it already. It's actually 4 plus 8. So 4 plus 8 equals 12. So do you see what I mean from my comment earlier? The actual calculations you're doing for year 4 are actually pretty simple, but it's just a model here, this video, on how to crack the code. So skeleton equals 12. Right, we're populating our sheet quite nicely now. If I go to question 4, what information do I already have? I've got this one. It's the skeleton, so I know I'm going to put a 12 there. So I'm going to stop the video here because I want you to now have a go yourselves. 2 times something, and this symbol is cross country. So 2 times cross country equals 12. So Mr. Conway's top tip: if you're not too sure of your multiplications, write it out first. And Mr. Conway's other top tip: use the information from the previous questions to help you. Now then, what I want you to do now is to stop this video, have a go yourself, and see if you can crack the code. Good luck, year 4s.